सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Amrita. Before we carry on with today's video, do subscribe to my channel and press the bell button. In our last episode, we saw how Pandavas were given half of Hastinapur and a new city, a new place called Indraprastha was created, and the Pandavas were ruling the Indraprastha happily. One day, sage Narada visited the Pandavas and suggested that Yudhishthira should perform a Rajasuya Yajna. Now, Rajasuya Yajna is a yajna that is performed to declare the king as the king of kings, as the supreme emperor. Now, upon Narada's suggestion, other four Pandavas, Arjuna, Bhima, Nakula and Sahadeva also suggested to their brother Yudhishthira that they should perform the Rajasuya Yajna and Yudhishthira should be declared as the emperor. Upon everybody's advice, Yudhishthira agreed to perform the Rajasuya Yajna. So they went to Lord Krishna and asked for his advice so that the yajna, the sacrifice, could be performed. Now, in order to perform the Rajasuya Yajna, one should conquer all the surrounding kingdoms and declare himself as the emperor. Now, Yudhishthira, either the king has to conquer them or the other kings have to surrender to them to be declared as the emperor. Now, Yudhishthira had all the other kingdoms conquered, but Jarasandha was one of the kings who was very, very powerful. So, Yudhishthira now approached Krishna and asked for Krishna's advice as to how to win over Jarasandha. Now, a quick backstory as to who Jarasandha is. Once there was a king who had two wives. He did not have any children, so he performed a sacrifice. He got a fruit out of it, and that fruit was supposed to be given to the wife so that she conceives. Now, since that king had two wives, he decided to cut the fruit into half, gave each half of the fruit to each wife. Now, when the baby was born, it was born as half flesh. One wife had a half body and the other wife had half a body. It was just two pieces of flesh. So the king was very, very disheartened, and not knowing what to do, he just threw them into water. Now, there was a demon who saw this and who decided to eat that flesh. But when it went near, it took both the pieces, and when it took both the pieces near, both the pieces automatically joined and the baby came to life. Seeing that, it had some kind of pity, sympathy in it, so it decided to hand over that child to the king. When again the child was handed over to the king was very, very happy, and he decided to call that child as Jarasandha, and that is how Jarasandha was born. He was extremely powerful because he had already overcome death while his birth, and that he had been joined separately. So even when his body, or if his body is cut into half, it automatically joins and he comes back to life. This was a special power that he had. Jarasandha was one of the most powerful kings of his time. He had his daughter married Kamsa. So when Krishna killed Kamsa, he was so furious that his daughter was left as a widow. He was so furious on Krishna that he kept attacking Krishna every single time. And due to the fear that Jarasandha might kill the entire dynasty, Krishna shifted from Mathura to Dwaraka. That is how powerful Jarasandha was. But again, everything is fate. Everything has its own time. Everyone has their own time. Krishna could have easily killed Jarasandha, but it had been written that Jarasandha should be killed by Bhima, and that his time was now. So, Krishna, Arjuna and Bhima, all three of them, went to Jarasandha's kingdom and challenged him. Jarasandha considered only Bhima as his equal opponent, so he chose Bhima to be fought against, and there was a huge one-on-one competition, one-on-one fight that Bhima and Jarasandha almost fought continuously for 14 days without getting tired, with the same energy, and both of their energy were equal and none of them could be defeated. Every single time Bhima cut the body into half, it again used to keep joining, and now he didn't know what to do. Then Krishna, as usual, suggested that when Bhima cuts the body into half, he threw each of the two bodies differently so that they would not have a chance to come together into life. So, following Krishna's advice, Bhima cut Jarasandha's body into two, threw both the body parts at a very far distance away from each other so that they could not be joined, and that is how Jarasandha was killed. Once all the kingdoms were conquered, Yudhishthira now performed the sacrifice in a very, very grand manner. The main crux, the main revenge of the entire Mahabharata series is yet to come up in the Rajasuya Yajna, though it was performed magnificently in a very, very grand manner. A lot of things also happened, which we will see in our upcoming episodes. If you all enjoyed this video, then please like, comment, share it with all your friends and family, and do subscribe to my channel. Until I see you next time, be good, do good always. Thank you. Bye.